Restless in retirement, let's go to Scotland.
So I wanted to talk about a couple of things we had to do this week too. On our initial trip, we leave on the 15th, get there the 16th. We've got a rugby match in Edinburgh, the women's Six Nations, Scotland versus England, women's rugby, which we love. We're going to that game in Edinburgh on the Saturday, and then the following week, we're going up to the Isle of Mull, which is a place that I've been a couple of times. It's where my Beaton family are from, and there's a Mull Music Festival, which I've never been to. So we'll be in Tobermory, which is the main only town in Mull. So we'll be there 5 nights, meeting some friends and relatives. We're all going to be there hanging out. If you're going to Mull or going to any of the islands, the Caledonian McBray ferries is going to be your ferry that you're going to have to take to a lot of these islands, and you have to book this stuff in advance, especially if you're taking motor vehicle or motorcycle or whatever type of vehicle. You have to book your tickets in advance. We're doing pedestrian, but we still booked our tickets in advance. They have a CalMac. I'll put a little line link here. Have an app, so you can go in and look at the ferries. And word of warning, Scotland and CalMac ferries are historically really bad for cancelling or changing schedules. So make sure you leave yourself enough time. If you're having a connecting train or to get there or leaving from there, make sure, they time it where the train gets in 5 minutes before the ferry leaves and vice versa. A lot of times that's not going to work. So, I would definitely recommend giving yourself an hour or two in the departure or, arrive or wherever you're departing from or arriving from. It can be tricky. I know they try to accommodate if it's a weather related, but sometimes it's mechanical related. They're renowned for stuff like that. But anyway, tickets for the ferry anywhere in Scotland, get them in advance. Don't mess around with that stuff because you'll be disappointed. Another thing I did, which I've never done before, is actually book the train. We'll be getting the train from Glasgow, Queen Street, up to Oban, and that's where the ferry leaves. That is a 3-hour train journey, and because of the Mull Music Festival, when I was really surprised when I went on the ScotRail app that we couldn't get 3 seats together. And actually, we had to do something they call a split ticket, where we sit in designated seats. Not even, I think 2 of the 3 are together for 4 or 5 stops, and then at this one particular place, we got to get up from them seats and move to a different carriage and without leaving the train, just walk down the carriage and get into other designated seats. That's the only way we could get reservations on the train from Glasgow, Queen Street to Oban, and that is the Highland Railway. But the scenery up there is absolutely amazing, and they say it's one of the top train journeys for scenery like worldwide. So it is a lot. It's 3 hours, but we're excited. We're getting that done. So that's another thing. Normally in Scotland, you don't have to make reservations for trains. There's trains every 20 minutes all over the country, but that particular route is really popular with tourists, and because of the Mull Music Festival. Um, so that was something. And when you Google train tickets, just be careful what pops up. A lot of times it's these third-party companies and they're charging, double the price. Make sure you go to the service. Go to train, ScotRail is the UK for Scotland. That's the official site for all, the trains. And CalMac ferries, go right to CalMac. Don't go into these third parties because you're going to pay. I looked at the train mistakenly on a third party, and it was double. And I'm like, what the heck? But then I realized I was in the wrong place. So be careful with that stuff when you book. Make sure you go directly to the site. I think that's all I got for now. My nerves are shattered between almost losing my drone and my technical issues with my computer. If anybody knows, it's a fairly new laptop. It's an Acer laptop. It's Windows 11, I think, and it's just doing this random turning off in the video anywhere from 2 minutes in or 20 seconds in. If anybody can help me with that, I will appreciate it. I'm going to work on this little video and send you some footage of the drone and some information on the links and the apps that you should all be using. All right, guys, that's it. We're all done. We are still restless in retirement. Adios.
Restless in retirement? Let's go to Scotland.
Guys, what a time I've had. It's been a challenge. I'm new to this Facebook, YouTube, just trying to get things put together. This is part 3 of Restless in Retirement and preparing for a trip to Scotland. Well, I started off with my laptop and my camera would just shut down after a minute or two recording, and then it was 50 seconds. I did the whole diagnostic through Microsoft, the best I could do. And then I was getting 10 seconds of recording. So I've messed around with that for over an hour. Then I'm like, okay, I'm going to my phone. I'll figure it out. So I got my phone set up. I got my little microphone set up. I hope you can hear this. Oh God, did I just turn it off?